What's going on YouTube? Is Donnie B all day bringing you another awesome versus, and this is going to be a really good versus because these two knives are incredible. Now generally when you think of hollow handle survival knives, there's only two that really come to mind right here. Once they get out of the blur, you'll find out what I'm talking about. The Rambo First Blood, wow, let's get back in the frame and focus. Rambo First Blood and the Rambo 2. These are the two most famous hollow handle survival knives ever made. And as you can see by the dust up on this blade, I actually use these things. I'm a little mental. So, but basically, this is it. For a long time, every survival knife made was made after this. And then this one came out and everybody started painting them black. But it's just the quintessential awesome knives, the Rambos. Look at the video I did on the Rambo collection. I think you'll actually dig it. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about not novelty knives. I mean, if you get the Jimmy Lyle knives, and you're not going to have a novelty knife. But now you're talking $1,500, $2,000 per knife. What I'm bringing you is something different. I am bringing you the Kisljar Survivalist X, and well, it's Kisljar Supreme Survivalist X, and the Schrade Extreme Survival. Now, both of these knives are 100% bulletproof, battle ready, compatible for anything on the freaking planet. These two, I think, are the two best hollow handle survival knives on the market. I freaking love them. Let's start with the Big Russian right here. Molle compatible. Does have a tie down. Now here's one thing: belt loop, and it does have the Molle loops here. It's a dual snap. I think one is enough, but that doesn't take away my feelings on this blade because this thing is awesome. Now this is 12.5 inches overall. It's 12.5 overall with a 7.5 inch blade. The finish on it isn't just like regular black paint. It actually has a special name. It's called black, and it's like tinny. It's capital T, little I, capital N, little I. I don't really know what it is. Don't care, because it's just awesome. It's got a D2 steel. You've got two lanyard holes here, or tie down holes, so you can strap it to anything. But you'll see in the videos that I did individual videos on this, and I'm going to add some snippets from these videos, and you're going to see that you don't need these for lashing. You can use them as extra lashing, but using this hollow handle, I was able to lash, make a spear, and it was awesome. You will see it. The handle here is just a milled steel. You can see how it connects. You have these two little screws right here, and right there is where it connects in. Now this is water resistant, but it is not waterproof. So if you walk through a river and it's getting wet all over the place, even if it dunks in and comes back out, you're not going to get water inside of here. However, if you are submerged for a little bit of time, eventually you will get water coming in through these little gaps right here. What a lot of people do is they epoxy the inside at the bottom, and that makes it completely waterproof, which is good. The jimping here is really comfortable. The drop point is just thick and massive and awesome. It does have a false edge right here, which is great for penetration. And this area right here, if you look at this side, it's flat. You look at this side, it's got like a false edge right here. This right here is great for striking fire. Good for the fail rod. Now, one cool thing is you do have a small ruler, which is inches and centimeters, and you don't realize how important that is unless you're actually building something that you need to live in for a little while. Having a proper measurement is actually pretty good. So like all typical hollow handles, it does screw off from the rear. It does have a rubber seal to keep water out from the top, and in true fashion, it does have the survival kit. Same survival kit as every other hollow handle knife with a survival kit has in it. It's got your matches and your band-aid and your fish hooks and fishing line and things like that. You can keep it, you can swap it out, you can put whatever the hell you want in there. It doesn't matter. The thing works. It's awesome. And that little tube there is fairly waterproof. I would call it more water resistant though. This guy is awesome. I mean, just freaking awesome. The steel on this, the D2 steel, the heft in the front of the steel is just great. This is literally the epitome of a survival knife. But it's not the only one, because here we have the Schrade Extreme Survival Knife, and this thing is freaking awesome. MOLLE compatible, tie down straps, you got your belt loop on there, and it's a single snap, which I do like. This one even has a carry pouch for stones or just extra gear, whatever you want to throw in there. I do like that, and it has a plastic liner. So does the other one. And they can both be put either way, so it's ambidextrous carry. I like that. This one is a spear point. It's got the matte finish on it. This has got the SAE 1070 high carbon steel, which I have had zero problems with. It's fantastic. Now, what separates this one from that one is this is completely waterproof. And why? Because this is solid steel construction. This is all one piece. You never have to worry about the blade loosening or coming off of the handle, because this is all one big freaking piece of knife, the whole thing. And that to me is incredible. You do have a very thick blade, right? A lot of the Schrade survival knives are just made thick and strong, and I think they're undervalued. They're just awesome. This one is partially serrated. It's the round serrate, so they will stay sharp. It's a beast. It's got a very, very comfortable grip. It's knurled just enough to make it comfortable, but not too much to make it with hot spots. You have a nice octagonal screw here, your cap, and this one's a little different than most. You don't get the little survival kit that you see in that. On this one, you get a magnetic 10-piece screwdriver set. And when I first got this, I'm thinking to myself, I will never ever be in the woods and need one of these. Yeah, right. I find myself using it a lot, and half the time though it's not in the woods. Half the time it's around the house. I'm looking for a screwdriver, and my knives are always right there where I'm sitting. So I just reach over and I use this instead of grabbing a regular screwdriver. It works perfect. I mean, it works perfect, and it'll fit any bits. They just fit right in there, and boom, bada bing, bada boom, you're good. Now, of course, you know, there's no screw or nothing on the inside. It is one big fat hollow tube. This is removable, so if you wanted to stick a survival kit in there, you can take this off. That was my plan when I got it. I'm thinking, all right, I'm not gonna need it, I'm just gonna take it off. Haven't yet. I've been using it. Awesome. So we stick that on there and we screw it. I've had a very, very good time finding staffs that I used, that I was able to trim up and use for making spears with these two knives, and they are excellent to throw. They are excellent. This guy right here, being a solid one-piece construction, is definitely heavier. It's 12/7 overall length with a 7.5 inch blade. I think I probably forgot to tell you that. So they are exact same length and blade, just different tip styles, different steels. This guy is wider, you get more of a blade this way. This guy is thicker, you get more of a blade that way. I'll tell you what, it's really, really difficult when you're talking about which one is better or which one should you own. This one retails for about $100 more than this one, really. Not 100 exactly, but it's a pretty significant change from this one to this one as far as cost. For sub $100, I mean, it's hard to beat this. I'm going to show you guys some clips. You're going to see how they work, and I think I might even throw these today, just because I'm outside and, you know, I love chucking this stuff. But I'm going to show you all that. You're going to see them in action, see what they do, and I'm going to give you a final thought. And this is a pretty difficult debate on which one is the better knife, because I honestly, I mean, to say use the word better is pretty hard to swallow when you're talking about these two, even though price would tell you that it's this guy. I don't know, One Piece Construction, pretty tough to beat. But let's take a look at some of these video pieces I put already up there, and you can check out the individual videos, because I'm only going to show you a couple things from them where there's a whole lot more for you to see. But check out the individual videos I did on these. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. It's free to do that. And I mean, I've already brought you a jillion knives, and I'm going to bring you a jillion more. So if there's something that you have interest in, there's a good shot I already did it. And if I didn't do it already, who knows, there's a good shot I might be doing it. So stay tuned. Let's go watch these videos here. All right, so we are coming back into the days when I just started doing knife reviews and I was still holding the phone with one hand while chopping, and I was all over the place. But you can see this thing is freaking really nice. Chopping some wood. It was not just nice, but it was pretty easy to make a nice chunk. The thing is just awesome. Let's keep showing you some more. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that it can be used for prying. I've never seen hollowed handles knives be good for prying, and both of these are actually excellent knives to dig into. Oh, yeah, look at this thing. Oh, man, I'm not even paying attention, and the thing's just feather sticks beautifully. If you notice, I hold this knife in a side grip. I do that with a lot of knives, but on a round handle knife, when you're feather sticking, it just makes more sense for me to go in a side grip. You want no rolling. You want a nice flat spot. But look at the curls this guy makes. I'm talking beautiful, just awesome. Okay, well, I told you that you can lash it to a stick, and basically, in the video, you can see how I did it, but I put it on the end of a stick, and then I use it as a spear, and it's coming, I swear, I promise you, I'm not just making you wait here for nothing. Bam, look at that. That thing, I don't know how far that is. I don't know if that's 15 yards. I didn't listen to the video. That's not my job. I already did my job. But look at this thing, man. I'm fighting to get it out. Just an absolute freaking beast. Let's check out the other one. All right, so looks like I'm winding up the Schrade to do some hits, and it's just a beast. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. I mean, I've chopped with this thing plenty of times, so I'm hoping the original video gave me some good chopping, because I know I get good chopping out of it nowadays. But it's just, you can see the wood flying behind it. It's kind of at an angle, so I'm hitting the other side more. But look at this thing just start to shred this wood. It's a good blade, you know. I remember it was cold when I did this originally, and I hate the cold. I'm a sissy in the cold. So I don't know if I was holding back or if I was just frozen, but I know, like, I chopped the hell out of this thing. It's just a beast. Well, I think I was just doing a little bit of prying, and now I'm doing a little bit of standing. So let's see if we can't find a better spot. Hey, look at that. It's little me. I'll keep going. You know, I'm just going to take this part and stop it for a second. Oh, no, wait. Maybe I'm getting ready to actually do it. Will I pry? Yeah, I knew it was coming. The blade is really good. It's really strong. Hey, look. No bending. All right, let's keep going. All right, and now it's time for the Schrade to fly. And look at that. Did you see the difference with the other knife? For some reason, I had a long loop. With this guy right here, it must just be the weight, but it took this beautiful inline flight, and that thing is just freaking incredible. Okay, enough with the snippets. If you guys really want to see how awesome these knives are, watch the individual videos. As for now, we are about to throw them without being connected to a spear. So let's show you that. All right, it's been a while since I've thrown from over here. So let's go 5 yards and give these each a spin through the air here. That's one. That was the Schrade. Oh, that one hit the tip dead on. How did that not stick? This guy hit right here. You can see the spot. Let's try that again. I have no idea how that didn't go in. Maybe I didn't throw it hard enough. Oh, that's twice. That's twice. I can hear the thing rattle around on the inside too. I just hit the tip twice. You can see where I hit it. How did that not stick in? That's absolutely confusing. There it is. I don't know why that took so long. Every shot was at the tip. This guy, oh, when it finally goes, it really goes. It's good to throw. For some reason, this Schrade though, it's heavy. It's a really good toss. It cruises. So you got to see some snippets. You got to see some of the stuff they can do. If you really have an interest in a really great, high quality hollow handle survival knife, go look at the videos, see them for the whole thing. You'll be able to decide for yourself. As for now, let's go to the rack and I'll give you my honest opinion. All right, well, here we have it. Final decision. This is where the dreaded "if I could only choose one" thing comes in, and man, these guys make it difficult. The Survivalist X by Kisljar Supreme and the Extreme Survival by Schrade. I'll tell you what, man, these two knives right here, it is so hard to decide. The D2 steel on that Kisljar is so strong. The look, the feel, the things they do on the blade, it makes it a knife that any single person on the planet would want to own. It is just an amazing piece. And then you have the Schrade, the one that gets taken for granted and the one that is overlooked. And this knife right here is fantastic. It is a solid one-piece construction that is just almost unbeatable. I have used these knives now for over a year. I have beaten on them. I've batoned with them. I've lit fires with them. I've, done a carving with them. Just anything that you would want a survival knife to do, I've been doing with these two knives. And I still have great edge retention on both. I have no chips, no dings, no D-lams, no cracks, no wrinkles, no nothing. The coating on the Kisljar, I have to say, is a little bit better. It stays on a little bit more. But honestly, that really doesn't do anything as far as, making a decision, because all that does is show that these knives are used. And used is good, because they just keep on fighting and keep on winning at every battle I stick them to. I'm a fan of the drop point. I just appreciate that more than I do a spear point. However, oh man, if it literally came down to you can only have one knife, one for the rest of your life, and it had to be between one of these two, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm taking the Schrade. Something about the single piece construction just does it for me. It's awesome. The thing throws well. It works well as a spear. I don't ever have to worry about separating the blade from the handle, and for me, that's one of the biggest things. If that Kisljar was a solid construction, it would be that. If the Schrade was a two-piece construction, I would take the Kisljar. But it's the overall strength and complete binding in that Schrade that makes me say that's definitely my knife if it came down to one or the other. And that is really hard to say, because I love both of these. So I'm telling you again, watch the videos, see what does well for you. Whatever you like, you like. Whatever you don't, you don't. But I guarantee you, if you check these guys out, there isn't one that would make an easy choice for you as well. These things are just awesome. I'm Donnie B all day, and until next knife.